Okay, good day sa lahat ng grade 10 students. Sa video naman ito, ang itatakal natin ay ang quarter 1 module 2. Ang pinaka-topic natin dito is the Earth's interior. This is the introduction and with activity number 1. So we are going to tackle about the seismic waves and layers of the Earth. So ayan ang pinaka-topic po natin, seismic waves and layers of the Earth. For our introduction, scientists have studied heavenly bodies which are millions of miles away from Earth. Equipped with powerful telescopes and space probes, they were able to reach and examine the solar system and beyond. It seems ironic then that we haven't and we couldn't reach the center of our very own planet. Totoo naman po yan. Yung napakalayo na pag-aaralan ng mga scientists kagaya ng outer space, pero yung pinakaloob mismo, pinakagitna ng ating planet ay hindi kayang pag-aralan sa ngayon. In Module 1, you have learned about the different processes and landforms along plate boundaries that slowly shape the Earth's surface. Or in this module, you will learn the connection between these processes with the internal structures and mechanisms of our planet. Okay, this module will help you visualize and understand the composition and the structure of the Earth's interior. It provides you scientific knowledge that will help you describe the different layers of the Earth as well as understand their characteristics. So you will also learn concepts that explain the physical changes that it underwent in the past. This module also consists of activities that will help you develop your critical thinking skills to have a deeper understanding about the planet where we are living. Okay, at the end of this module, you will be able to answer the following key questions. Number 1, how do the structure and composition of the Earth cause geologic activities? Kagaya ng earthquake, kagaya ng tsunami, and physical changes. So ito yung mga tinatawag na geologic features. So what are the possible causes of the lithospheric plates movement? Bakit nga ba gumagalaw ang lithospheric plate? Itong ating tinitirhan. So what proves the movement of the tectonic plates? The learning competencies and objectives. So in this module, you should be able to describe the internal structure of the Earth. Number 2, discuss the possible causes of plate movement. Ano bang dahilan ng paggalaw? And number 3, enumerate the lines of evidence that support plate movement. Ano ba yung mga patotoo na gumagalaw nga talaga itong. So for our reading resources and instructional activities, so studying the Earth's interior, scientists tried to explore and study the interior of the Earth. Yet until today, there are no mechanical proofs or actual explorations done to totally discover the deepest region of the Earth. So the Earth is made up of 3 layers: the crust, the mantle, and then the core. The study of these layers is mostly done in the Earth's crust, since mechanical proofs are impossible due to the tremendous heat and very high pressure underneath the Earth's surface. So yung pag-aaral ng layers ng Earth, dito pa rin ginagawa po yan sa crust. Kasi wala pang kakayanan, wala pang mga gamit na pwedeng ma-explore natin ang kaloob-looban ng Earth. So yung pelikula, science fiction lang po yun. Yung pelikula kung napanood na natin yung Journey to the Center of the Earth. So ano lang po yun. Pero maganda po yun. Science fiction po yun ng ganitong topic. Ano po? So in grade 8, it was mentioned that seismic waves from earthquakes are used to analyze the composition and internal structure of the Earth. So yung palang seismic waves yung napoproduce during earthquake, yun na ginagamit po ng mga scientists para pag-aralan ang composition ng structure of the Earth. So ano ba itong mga seismic waves? So you have learned that the earthquake is a vibration of the Earth produced by the rapid release of energy, most often because of the slippage along a fault in the Earth's crust. This energy radiates in all direction from the focus in the form of waves called seismic waves. So ito pong seismic waves, ito yung waves na nadedetect sa seismic station, kaya tinawag siya na seismic wave. Ito yung napoproduce during earthquake, which are recorded in seismograph. Ano po, ang seismograph, ito yung machine na ginagamit para ma-record yung seismic wave. Ano po, or gadget. So the two main types of seismic waves are body waves and surface waves. So may dalawang uri po tayo ng seismic waves, body waves and surface wave. Pero yung body waves, may dalawang klase pa rin po. We have the P wave and then the S wave. At under naman po ng surface wave, we have the Rayleigh wave and then the Love wave. Yan po ang pag-aaralan natin, yung iba't ibang wave na yan. Ano ba ang nagagawa niyan during the surface waves can travel through the surface of the Earth. They arrive after the main P and S waves and are confined to the outer layers of the Earth. There are 2 types of surface wave. We have the Love waves and then the Rayleigh wave. Okay, ang surface wave po, tandaan natin, hindi yan nakaka-travel into the interior of the Earth. Sa surface lang po siya katinawag na surface wave. Ano po, sa outer layers lang siya ng Earth. So yan lang po ang kayang mapuntahan nitong surface wave. So itong dalawang ito, kung makikita natin ang direction, itong Love wave, ay parang snake po ang galaw niya. Ano po? Itong Rayleigh wave naman parang dito tulad natin sa ocean wave. Mamaya papakita ko po yung paggalaw ng dalawang klaseng wave na yan. So love wave is named after A.H. Love. Apelyido pala po itong Love na to. A British mathematician who worked out the mathematical model for this kind of wave in 1911. It is faster than Rayleigh wave and it moves the ground in a side-to-side horizontal motion like that of the snakes. So ang galaw pala ng love wave parang snakes causing the ground to twist. So kapag ito ang umatake sa ground, talagang matinding damage po ang mapuproduce din ito sa ground. Ano po, kung maraming bahay, maraming building, so isipin nyo gumalaw yung lupa ng parang ahas. So what will be the effect? This is why love waves cause the most damage to structures during an earthquake. Ito pala ang pinakamatinding mag-produce ng damage sa mga buildings, sa mga structures during the earthquake. So ayan, yan pinakita na po natin, yan yung love wave. Okay, the other kind of surface wave is the Rayleigh wave. It was named after John William Strutt, Lord Rayleigh, who mathematically predicted the existence of this kind of wave in 1885. A Rayleigh wave rolls along the ground just like a wave rolls across a lake or an ocean. Parang ocean wave po siya or water wave. Since it rolls, it moves the ground either up and down or side to side, similar to the direction of the wave's movement. Most of the shaking felt from an earthquake is due to the Rayleigh wave. So ayan, ayan po ang direction niya, parang water waves ng ocean, ocean wave. So ito po, ayan, kung mapapansin niyo po, ayan, ang surface wave, yan, hanggang dito lang po siya sa surface na to. Hindi siya pumapasok dito sa mantle and then the core. Hindi po siya nakakarating dyan. Dito lang siya nagpo-propagate sa surface ng earth, sa crust. Ano po? A surface wave can only travel through the surface of the earth. They arrive after the main P and S waves are confined to the outer layers of the earth. Ayan. Ayan, yan po yung galaw ng love waves. Ayan, na-shake po siya side to side direction. Ito naman po yung Rayleigh waves. Ayan. So, hindi ba gagamit po ang surface wave sa pag-aaral itong interior part of the earth? So, hindi yan ginagamit. And yan ang dalawang wave na yan ang pinakadahilan ng matinding damage during earthquake. Ano po? Sa paglindol. Okay? Okay, unlike surface waves, body waves can travel through the Earth's inner layers. Yun ang lamang naman po ng body waves. With these characteristics of the body waves, they are used by scientists to study the Earth's interior. These waves are of higher frequency than the surface waves. So, the two types of body waves are the P waves or the primary waves, or iba tawag po dyan is principal waves, and then the S wave or secondary waves. Ayan yung itsura po niyan. So, ang P wave is compression. So, ang S wave, may side-to-side movement din po siya. Papakita din natin mamaya yung galaw nitong dalawang waves na to. Okay, what are P waves and S waves? Okay, the P wave, primary wave, is a pulse energy that travels quickly through the earth and through liquids. Yun, ang lamangan po nito is nakaka-travel siya not only in solid but also in liquids. The P waves travel faster than the S wave. After an earthquake, it reaches a detector first. The reason why it is called primary. Okay, the P waves are also compressional waves. Travel by particles vibrating parallel to the direction of the wave travel. They force the ground to move backward and forward as they are compressed and expanded. Most importantly, they travel through solids, liquids, and gases. So, ganun pala katindi po ang P waves. Not only in solids and liquids, but also in gases. So, ayan po yung itsura niya. Mamaya makita natin yung compression movement niya. Ito naman pong S wave or secondary wave or shear wave is a pulse energy that travels slower than a P wave through earth and solids. The S waves move as shear or transverse waves and force the ground to sway from side to side in rolling motion that shakes the ground back and forth perpendicular to the direction of the waves. The idea that the S waves cannot travel through in a liquid medium led seismologists to conclude that the outer core is liquid. Figure 1 and shows the vibration direction of P and S waves. So, yung pinakita na natin kanina yung figure 1. Ano po? So, okay. Ito pala ang ginamit ng scientists kaya nagkaroon sila ng idea na sinasabing ang outer layer of the core is liquid because that S wave cannot penetrate that part. Unlike the primary wave, it can penetrate liquid and gas. Ito yung dalawang uri po, papanoorin natin. Ano yung pagkakaiba? Ayan. Body waves ay nagtatravel yan sa internal part ng Earth. Ayan yung compressional movement po ng P waves. So kung naglalaro kayo dati nung rainbow na parang screen na nililipat-lipat natin sa kamay, ganun po ang model niyan. Naka-straight, nakalapat sa table, itulak mo ng konti lang or pitikin natin ng konti, nagkakaroon siya ng compressional. Yung sa, balikan po natin yung sa P wave. Ayan, compressional ang ano po niya, movement. Okay, doon po tayo sa S wave. Okay, ito po yung S wave. Yun, meron din siyang side to side movement. Pero ang kaibahan lang, hindi siya sa surface ng Earth. Sa interior po siya ng Earth. Ayan. Papanoorin po natin yung apat na klase ng wave. Lahat mula doon sa surface wave and then sa body waves.
Or secondary waves. P waves cause the ground to compress and expand, that is, to move back and forth, in the direction of travel. They are called primary waves because they are the first type of wave to arrive at seismic recording stations. P waves can travel through solids, liquids, and even gases. S waves shake the ground in a shearing or crosswise motion that is perpendicular to the direction of travel. These are the shake waves that move the ground up and down or from side to side. S waves are called secondary waves because they always arrive after P waves at seismic recording stations. Unlike P waves, S waves can travel only through solid materials. After both P and S waves have moved through the body of Earth, they are followed by surface waves, which travel along Earth's surface. Surface waves travel only through solid media. They are slower moving than body waves, but are much larger and therefore more destructive. The two types of surface waves are named love waves and Rayleigh waves, after the scientists who identified them. Love waves have a horizontal motion that moves the surface from side to side perpendicular to the direction the wave is traveling. Of the two surface waves, love waves move faster. Rayleigh waves cause the ground to shake in an elliptical pattern. This motion is similar to that observed in ocean waves. Of all the seismic waves, Rayleigh waves spread out the most, giving them a long duration.
So, tuloy pa natin. Scientists gained information about the Earth's internal structure by studying how seismic waves travel through the Earth. It involves measuring the time it takes for both types of waves to reach seismic wave detecting stations from the epicenter of an earthquake. An epicenter is a point in the Earth's surface directly above the focus. Since P waves travel faster than S waves, they're always detected first. The further away from the epicenter means the longer time interval between the arrival of P and S waves. So, nag-conduct na po tayo ng activity. Lalagay ko dito yung sa description yung link po nung finding the center activity, kung paano kinukuha yung epicenter ng earthquake using the triangulation method. Okay, in 1909, Yugoslavian seismologist Andrea Mohorovičić found out that the velocity of seismic waves changes and increase at a distance at about 50 kilometers below the Earth's surface. This led to the idea that there is a difference in density between the Earth's outermost layer, the crust, and then the layer that lies below it, or the mantle. So the boundary between these two layers is called the Mohorovičić discontinuity in honor of Mohorovičić in the short term. So yan po yung tawag, yung pinaka-boundary ng mantle, and then the crust is the so-called as the Mohorovičić discontinuity. So, by means of travel or yung time po ng time difference ng travel, doon na found out ng mga scientists na magkaiba yung layer ng crust and then the mantle because of the speed. So, nagkaroon ng idea na iba ang kanilang density. So, ang density po, that is the mass over volume. So, the P waves can travel through liquids while S waves cannot. During an earthquake, the seismic waves radiate from the focus. So, talaga po, source ng earthquake is the focus. Based on figure on the left, nasa left natin nilagay, the waves bend due to change in density of the medium. As the depth increases, the density also increases. Habang lumalalim, tumataas po yung density. So kung mapapansin natin dito sa figure, itong kulay dilaw is the P waves and then the S waves yung black. So seismic waves as they travel on the earth. So P waves are detected on the other side of the earth opposite the focus. So a shadow zone from 103 degree to 142 degree exists from P waves as shown in figure 3. Since P waves are detected until 103 degree, disappear from 103 to 142 degree, then reappear again. Something inside the earth must be bending the P waves, or tinatawag natin kung sa sound or sa light, yung tinatawag natin na refraction or the bending of the wave. So the existence of a shadow zone, according to German seismologist Bino Gutenberg, could only be explained if the earth contained a core composed of a material different from that of the mantle, causing the bending of the P waves. To honor him, the mantle core boundary is called the Gutenberg discontinuity. So kung kanina yung mantle and then crust, ang tawag natin is Mohorovicic discontinuity. Yun namang boundary po ng between mantle and core is the so-called the Gutenberg discontinuity. From the epicenter, S waves are detected until 103 degree. From that point, the S waves are no longer detected, meaning yung part pala na yun, hindi na nakadaan yung S wave. That is liquid na. This observation tells us that the S waves do not travel all throughout the Earth's body. There is a portion inside the Earth that does not conduct the propagation of S wave. Hence, knowing the properties and characteristics of S waves, that it cannot travel through liquids, and with the idea that P waves are bent to some degree, this portion must be made of liquid, thus the outer core. So yung outer core, yun po ang naging findings ng ating mga scientists because of the propagation of the S wave and P waves. Na-found out nila na ang outer core is liquid. So in 1936, the innermost layer of the earth was predicted by ancient Lehman, a Danish seismologist. He discovered a new region of seismic reflection within the core. So the earth has core within a core. So yung yung core natin, may core pa siya, yung tinatawag natin na inner core. Based on figure 3, ito, we can say that the outer part of the core is liquid based. So ito, liquid outer core. Based on from the production of an S wave shadow, and then the inner part must be solid. So yung pinakaloob na po yan, yung inner core is solid with a different density than the rest of the surrounding material. So magkaibang density nitong inner core and then the outer core. So the size of the inner core was accurately calculated through nuclear underground tests conducted in Nevada, where echoes from seismic waves provided accurate data in determining its size. So based on this table, it shows the relative thickness of the different layers of the earth. So ang crust po natin is average is 40 kilometers. So hindi naman lahat 40. Actually, yung crust nga natin ay sumabot ng 60 to 70 kilometers. Kaya lang yung continental crust po yun namang oceanic crust is manipis. Mayroon tayong 30, 40, ganun. Kaya ang average thickness of the crust is 40 kilometers. Kung titingnan natin, ang mantle is 2,900, the outer core is 2,200, the inner core is 1,278. So, kung i-combine natin, itong outer saka inner core, ito pa rin po ang pinakamakapal ang layer kung tatlong layers ang pag-uusapan natin. So, kasi kung ito total natin itong dalawang ito, that is 3,478 kilometers. So, kung titignan natin, ang crust pala is napakanipis, 40. Kaya nga, kung i-kumpara po ito, the crust is just the skin. Ano po, pinakabalat lang, pinaka-outer covering na. So, 40 kilometers, compare natin dito sa kabuuan ng 2,900, and then itong core is 3,478 kilometers. I-conduct natin itong sa activity ito. Simple lang po ito, kayang-kaya natin itong sagutan. So, ang title ito is Amazing Waves. So, we are going to perform this activity to test your understanding about seismic waves. So, objective of this activity, define seismic waves scientifically. Ayan, we are going to define ano ba talaga itong seismic wave. O, differentiate the different types of seismic waves and recognize the importance of seismic waves in the study of Earth's interior. Okay, for our procedure, using the given organizer, write the necessary information to complete the concept about seismic wave. So, ito lang iko-kompletuhin natin. So, ano ang ibig sabihin ng seismic wave? So, i-drawing natin ito. Or sa mga estudyante ko, ipoprovide ko kayo ng photocopy nito para doon na kayo mismo sasagot. Ano po? Doon naman sa mga nanonood nito na gustong gawin itong activity ito, pwede nyo pong i-drawing ito sa coupon band or sa notebook para masagutan natin. So, this is the organizer. Write the necessary information to complete the concept about seismic wave. So, seismic wave, what is the definition? Sulat nyo dito. And we have two main types na pag-aralan na natin kanina. What are the two main types of seismic wave? Kung inunan nyo dito yung isang klase ng seismic wave, di dapat yung sagot dito, ano yung klase naman? Dalawang uri ng seismic wave na yun. Kung dito nyo naman nilagay yung isa pang uri ng seismic wave, ano naman yung subtypes ng seismic waves na yun? And isulat nyo yung characteristics ng bawat waves under ng main types na dalawang seismic waves and subtypes. So, question 1, differentiate surface waves from body waves. So, kapag nasagutan na natin itong characteristics na to, you can easily answer number 1 because ito na rin yung sagot. Differentiate surface waves from body wave. Sa Q1. Q2, question 2, which type of waves do you think were useful to seismologists in their study of the Earth's interior? Alin daw ang mahalaga sa dalawang uri ng seismic waves? Alin ang mahalaga para mapag-aralan? Although pares mahalaga ha, pero tinutukoy dito, alin ang mahalaga para mapag-aralan ng mga seismologists ang kaloob-looban ng ating Earth or the Earth's interior? And explain your answer kung bakit yun ang sinagot natin. Okay, good luck in doing this activity. Congratulations, natapos natin itong isang part ng ating Module 2. Abangan nyo pa yung susunod nating video lesson.